Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because you're still a business man, and you're in it to make money, right? So when you're doing these projects and 50% of the housing is going to low or middle income,
Mm-hmm.
or you just talked about where you can buy and it's based off of your income. So how are you making money off of this? The city gives
Right.
you subsidies to subsidize the price. So like if somebody
right.
should be paying 4,000, but they're only paying 1,000, is the city subsidizing that
Absolutely.
$3,000?
Absolutely. So what'll happen is there's two types of subsidies: there's capital subsidy and there's rental subsidy. So capital subsidy works like this: like if we're doing a development and it costs $10 million to do the development, right? But that development can only support $6 million of debt or $6 million of capital because of the depressed costs. The city's going to put in the additional subsidy. It's a very simplistic way to look at it, but that's kind of how it works. And how we get paid is when you create that budget, our fee is part of the budget. So it's baked right in.
So it's like a building costs 10 million. You have 6 million. The city will put the other 4 million in
Right.
for you. But for them putting 4 million in for you, they're gonna say we need 30% of
Right.
the market rate. So then the math, it works out where it's kind of like an even exchange almost.
That's right.
Right?
Right. They subsidize. The city has to subsidize the building and the operations of affordable housing because otherwise it wouldn't work.
How much do you need to have an affordable housing building? Like 20%, 30%? Is that like a percentage?
I mean, we have a building that we're bringing to market right now in the Bronx up on Union Avenue. It's a 95 unit building. It's 100% affordable. But that was done from the genesis with the city with the intention of doing an affordable housing building. And by the way, that's also a joint venture with the church where we did a deal with the church. They own the land and they had aspirations. I mean, it's a really good, really nice church. They had aspirations to stay there. They wanted a new church facility. And, a lot of their members have passed away or retired, moved away, and the congregation dwindled. So when we were introduced to them, we had an idea, listen, let's work out an affordable housing deal. We brought them into the partnership where they are 30% owner as well. And they get a new church facility. But all that was done under one budget that includes a developer fee. So we're able to do good, help this church, create affordable housing, but we make money by doing it too.
That literally is what's happened to my church in New Rochelle.
Right.
We're going to be on the bottom floor. There'll be retail space, but there's going to be a tower above it.
Right.
You said something about, we were asleep for a while, but now we need to be woke. And part of it is seeing people like you, but we need to see more people like you. And I know you're on the board for the New York Real Estate
NYREC.
NYREC.
Yeah.
So can you talk about your role and the importance that organization plays in that process of developing more developers that look like us?
Yeah, I mean, so NYREC is the New York Real Estate Chamber. It is the leading advocacy group for all the diverse developers in New York State. So if you're, anyone doing any project of scale and note that's a Black or brown developer or female developer is a member of this organization. And 30 years ago, you wouldn't see anybody like us doing real estate, right? It was just been a very undiverse industry, no diversity. And so I'm on the board. I'm actually chairman of the board. Cheryl McKissick is a board member with me. Don Peebles is a board member with me. But we have a bunch of other board members and developers that are for-profit and not-for-profits, but we all work towards the same thing, to increase access to economic opportunity and capital for diverse developers. And we've been making a lot of noise. We've been, I think, achieving a lot of success. We are looking to recruit and bring as many folks who are interested in real estate development into the fold as possible, because the knowledge that we have has to be shared. It's the only way we're going to grow our ranks, right? And I like to borrow a rubric from our Jewish brothers and sisters. I see so much collaboration in synagogues. You go to any synagogue, you're going to see 5 or 10 businessmen who work together. And we try and do the same thing. Don Peebles always says, when he sees another Black developer, he doesn't see a competitor, he sees a potential partner. And that's how, we look at it at NYREC. We are doing a lot of deals that are larger because we collaborate with each other, like Affirmation Tower. The Peebles organization, my company, the Bolstero in Atlanta and Third and Urban won an RFP last month to develop a huge site next to Microsoft's 90-acre campus, right? It's going to be 1.2 million square feet that we'll develop, which will consist of 495 units of housing, an office building, and a hotel. That's going to be done right at the Bankhead train station. We're going to build a platform over this train
Atlanta?
station in Atlanta and go vertical. I mean, we're getting busy in Atlanta anyway. We love that market. We want to do as much as possible. It's a growing market. It's flourishing. The government is super supportive of these types of public-private partnerships. They're aware of developing assets in an economically diverse way so that we could create some affordable housing in combination with commercial and market rate development. Just makes a lot of sense. So collaborating together allowed us to win that. And we have a lot of instances, even amongst other NIREC members, where other members have collaborated or winning. There's a group won a great project up in Boston, associated with a train station not too long ago. They're winning deals with NYCHA, the New York City Housing Authority, where we have our members taking down 5, 6, 7, 800 units that they're going to renovate and put back into service and help improve the overall physical condition of those buildings because they've been so dilapidated for so long. But again, this is all being done through collaboration. So we want to work with as many folks who are interested in real estate development, and we welcome people into the fold, and we want to grow our ranks.
It sounds like you have almost, right, if you're talking about NIRAC, that's obviously here in New York, but working in Boston, having development in Atlanta,
Right.
You're working with other municipalities domestically. Is there one, or is there thoughts of this creating one that can create on a national level?
We'd love to, man. I mean, I think when you look at what's happening, again, that 7 million unit housing opportunity, right? I would like to see a lot of minorities and women take advantage of it, right? Nationally. So I look at NIREC as being a model of what can happen through collaboration. There's also a lot of advocacy that we do with elected officials, right? We have to spend a lot of time with not only elected officials, but government agencies on the state, federal sometimes, and city level, trying to make sure economic opportunity is awarded fairly. Because for a long time, we were persona non grata.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing coming to us. And it's a shame because you have in most urban environments, in most cities around the country, no mayor gets elected without the Black vote. So if we're going to put people in office, we need to make sure we get a piece of that economic pie. So we'd love to take NIREC or an organization like NIREC nationally and have the same type of contract and the same type of mechanisms we use here replicated around the country.